Hey, good morning, everyone. We're early today. We're still on location, but we still have the coffee. Same red cup, though. Oh, yes, it's still good. It's still good. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope everything went well for you this weekend. I know there was a lot of storms in the area, and I hope everyone was safe. We're still on location. We'll be getting back real soon, but I wanted to jump on here on this Monday morning, June the 9th, 2025, and say hello. Coffee with Wes. I serve as the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Cutler, and I'm glad to be with you today. I'm glad you're tuning in. Anyway, I wonder how's your coffee tasting this morning? Is it good? Mine's real good. I'm really enjoying the coffee and have several coffees during the day as well, so it's all good. So last week we focused on Joshua's courage and the strength that he had because he was one who obediently followed the word of God, right? And this week we're going to move on from Joshua, but not very far. We're going to look at Rahab. So let's get started. So the Israelites have been wandering around in the desert for 40 years under the direction and leadership of Moses. Well, Moses has died. Joshua has taken his place. He is the new leader, and the people are poised, ready to go to enter into the promised land. Well, they're entering into the land through the city of Jericho. And as you've heard the song, the walls of Jericho were an obstacle, an impediment to their entering into the promised land. So Joshua sends out two spies to gather intelligence on Jericho. While the spies are in Jericho, they encounter Rahab. And Rahab receives them, and she strikes a deal with them. And so here's the deal. She would protect them from the authorities in exchange for the safety of her family. So here we see Rahab's faith in the God of Israel. She sees what's going on. She knows what has gone before the people of Israel. The whole city is in turmoil. And rather than joining the turmoil or joining the fear, she responds in faith. She's taking a side. And so she is placing her faith not in the spies, not in the people of Israel, but she's placing her faith in the God of Israel. And that's what makes her a very pivotal character in this whole chapter 2 of Joshua. So I invite you to read it for yourself. But here's the thing. Here's what can happen. When we fear the unknown, as Rahab surely must have feared the unknown, that can keep us from taking a step of faith. We can get tangled up in the what ifs, right? She could have got tangled up in the what ifs. Fear of what could or couldn't be can paralyze us when we don't do anything. So today's big idea in our study is this: faith opens the door while others shut the door in fear. I want to read to you from Joshua chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. Then Joshua the son of Nun secretly sent two spies from Shittim. Go look over the land, he said, especially Jericho. So they went, and they entered the house of a prostitute named Rahab, and they stayed there. The king of Jericho was told, look, some of the Israelites have come here tonight to spy out the land. So the king of Jericho sent this message to Rahab: bring out the men who came to you and entered your house, because they have come to spy out the whole land. However, the woman had taken the two men and hidden them. So here we see Joshua sending out these two spies into Jericho. They enter into the house of Rahab, a woman with a very questionable reputation, and she is the one who takes a great risk in hiding them. She defies the king's order, and she aligns herself with the people that she doesn't even know, she doesn't belong to yet. And that's where we find ourselves today. So here's the application. So Rahab, her actions show us that faith isn't passive. You see, she could have easily been paralyzed by the fear of the king. She could have been paralyzed by her fear of these strangers. She could have been paralyzed by the fear of an uncertain future. I don't know what's going to happen either way. But instead, what does she do? She acts courageously. She takes a stand. She aligns with the God of Israel. And so sometimes when we think about faith, sometimes faith means extending hospitality or help when it seems dangerous or uncomfortable or we're unsure. Let me leave you with this thought for today. When fear tells us to close the door, faith invites us to open it up to God's purpose. Don't shut the door. Open it up and follow God's direction and God's way. Are you willing? Here's the question of the day. Are you willing to risk your comfort to welcome what God is doing? All right, folks, that's our day today. Thank you for joining me. I hope your weekend went well. I hope everybody was safe and sound. I hope we're looking forward to a good week. And we're hitting in the month of June, right? Spring is here. Summer is just around the corner. But I think it has already pretty much arrived. Listen, let's get another sip of coffee together. All right, let's get going. Let's get the day started. See you again real soon. Bye for now.